What's up, everyone? Welcome to the Ramblers podcast, episode 8. I got Danny with me.
How's it going?
I got Eric.
Howdy.
Alright, so how you guys been going? You guys been going good?
Yeah. Been pretty good.
What are you guys been?
Weather's been very nice.
It has.
Yeah, it has been. It's been pretty nice to us.
We had a very sunny day, and that's good because like the last 2 weeks it's been rainy and cold, like consecutively.
And stormy, like up to 100k winds.
Yeah, so it's nice to see the sun. Or even today though. If it's back tomorrow, it's lost its welcome.
Oh, I reckon we got a good week of sunshine.
Yeah. That's good. Alright, so yeah, we're here to talk about movies, video games, and anything else that's interesting. Today we've got a few things to talk about. We got Defenders came out. We've all watched all 8 episodes.
Yes.
We had some sneaky game announcements.
Did we?
Yes, in the form of Age of Empires, which we'll talk about very soon. We also have some casting choices for some movies, and we've got some other stuff to talk about. And so yes, we'll go straight into it with our new segment. We'll talk about the Age of Empires reveal first.
Yeah.
So it was like a couple of days ago.
It was Monday, Tuesday?
Okay, so a couple of months ago.
It's Tuesday, sorry.
Yeah, no, but a couple of months ago they announced that they were remastering Age of Empires 1.
Yeah.
Which I know a lot of people are excited about. I'm not, because Age of Empires 1 sucks. But it's Age of Empires 2. That's where it's at. But so they also said that it's a full-on remaster. I'm pretty sure it's like a from the ground up remaster. It's not just an upscale, which is good. But
from what I can't remember what the video is because I was watching the video trailer.
Yeah. And
from what I could tell, they look more 3D than like 2D.
Yeah,
and
it's got like it's meant to be. I think it's using a new engine as well, so it's meant to be completely from the ground up, which is cool. But then a couple days ago, they've announced that we're getting that again, but we're getting a definitive edition of Age of Empires 2, Age of Empires 3, and they're making an Age of Empires 4,
which I'm very excited about.
Yes. So
although it's made by different people.
Yeah, the Age of Empires 4 is, well, the Relic is in charge of all of this new stuff. I'm pretty sure.
It's the people that are developing it are the people that made Dawn of War.
Yeah, no, but I said that's Relic. Relic are in charge of all of this. So Relic, for people, they made the Warhammer 40k Dawn of War franchise, and they've made the Company of Heroes franchise, both of which are very venerable and well recognized RTS franchises. So yeah, what do you guys think about Age of Empires getting all of its games being remastered, and we're finally getting Age of Empires 4?
But
no comment.
Eric, for those who don't know, Eric's not huge on Age of Empires.
I haven't played it.
That's fair.
That's why no comment, no opinion.
But they're also...
But Danny loves Age of Empires. So
oh yes. Yeah, no. But I was gonna say they're also doing a definitive edition for Age of Empires 2, which is very weird considering back in 2013 they made a HD remaster of number 2.
And also, like, they just released an expansion a couple of months ago for Age of Empires 2. Age of Empires 2 still is strong and going, which is amazing because it's a great game.
I think what the plan is, obviously there's still need to sort out the finer details, but...
Yeah, they haven't gone into details about what all these are.
But they're going to try and figure out, I think they'll include at least all the expansions from the original game, at least for number 2.
Yes. And they'll do it for 3, because 3 had 2 expansions. Yeah. It had China Dynasty as one of them, or Rise of China.
Yeah.
Which is one of the expansions for 3. I can't remember what the second expansion for Age of Empires 3 was. Age of Empires 3 is really good. I'm excited that's coming back to...
I don't think I ever played Age of Empires 3, so I'm very
really
interested.
Good. It gets a lot of hate. Not a lot of hate, it just gets a lot of... It's the one that no one remembers, really. Because Age of Empires 1 is a meme. Age of Empires 2 is a meme, but again, everyone still plays to this day.
I'm very confused.
I still play Age of Empires 2 to this day. I love it. And I think we can also thank memes for this. Memes are the reason why Age of Empires is back.
Are you gesturing at me now?
Yes.
It looks like it.
No, I was just just because you're the meme lord of this group.
Oh, finally something good.
But we can all thank memes for Age of Empires coming back, because Age of Empires was dead in the water.
Yeah, it kind of just...
And because of, Age of Empires shitposting and all those meme pages and all the great ooh pages and all that stuff, it's come back. And memes have brought back Age of Empires. So whenever someone says, what are memes good for? They brought back Age of Empires.
You're welcome.
Yeah. But yes, I'm excited, especially for Age of Empires 4. Like, I don't really care about the remasters, to be honest. 3 is the one I'm most interested in, because that's... I don't know what they're doing. Unless it's from the ground up remasters. Then, also Danny's yawning, everyone. So from all like I hope they're all like I hope they're from the ground up remasters. But if not, then I'm because I've already got like a HD remaster of 2.
Yeah, see, I don't think I would buy, even if it's in a collection, I wouldn't buy all of them. I'd buy 1, 3, and 4.
Yeah. Even if it was in a big collection, I'd probably get it just 'cause it'd be handy, unless it's like a $200 thing. But I'm the most excited for Age of Empires 4 and the 3 remaster, because like, especially 4, because 4 has the potential to be the best Age of Empires game.
I'm not sure about the best. I'm pretty sure people.
I think it could be. I think it could be the best.
The only people that are excited for this are people that are 21, 22-year-old plus people.
I'd probably say older, because Age of Empires is old as shit.
Age of Empires 1 came out in 96.
I think Age of Empires 1 was earlier than that. I think.
Maybe.
Eric, can you Google when Age of Empires
I don't have any data at the moment.
Fair enough. No Googling then.
I'll check.
But anyway, yes. I'm excited. This is cool, because out of all the remasters, I think this is a good idea. Like...
Because they're first releasing... I'm trying to figure out...
One's coming out first,
yeah,
and
one's coming
then
out
2 and 3 coming out separately.
One's coming out in October, I
and then
think.
2 and 3 coming out separately, and then 4's coming out whenever that's coming out.
Yeah.
Anyway, so Age of Empires 4, and all of them are getting remasters. That's that. The next bit of news we'll talk about, and this is another bit of game news, is not so long ago it was either in a GameSpot article, or was it in an interview with the head of development for the Mass Effect series.
Might have been Game Informer, but
actually,
I'm not 100% on that.
Yeah, I saw articles which were like reports on the interview, but I don't remember where they said they got this from. But essentially, BioWare and EA are essentially leaving Mass Effect, Andromeda, and the franchise in the dust at the moment. So what they've essentially done is they're saying no new Mass Effect games are planned at all, and they're not doing anything else to Mass Effect Andromeda. Like, I think all DLC's been put on hold.
Oh, yeah, no, they're not planning on making any more DLC
at
all for Andromeda.
Yeah, and no more updates. It's just they're leaving anything Mass Effect related that isn't close to being done, which you could say about Andromeda. Hey, in the dust. Like, they're ditching it, which is I'm happy about, because I don't give a fuck about Mass Effect anymore. Like, it's had its time. Like, and Andromeda was just not good at all. But I'm also sad. It's sad to see this, because it's see a company completely ditch one of their IPs because of a negative response and just how bad the development was. What do you guys think about all this?
I mean, ditch their IPs. I'd say EA saying it wasn't successful enough. Don't work on another one till we figure out what the hell to do.
Yeah, actually, no, that's probably a good point.
Till we figure out how to solve the problem we alone made.
Yeah. That's probably a good thing. What do you think about this, Danny?
Sad.
I know you're not a big Mass Effect fan.
I've never played a single Mass Effect in my life.
Yeah. I would say you actually are missing out on the trilogy. The trilogy is great.
I've heard so many people say it's really good. I don't know. I might play it.
It's beyond really good. The original trilogy is
I might play it in the future. Maybe not. It's a bit.
But what do you think about what do you think about this though? Like the news.
I think
that BioWare and EA
are
just ditching it. Like,
I think it's a good move for them to not develop anymore. If they think that their last installment of the Mass Effect series has completely flumped, then...
Well, this wasn't meant to be the last. Andromeda was made to be the bridge to a new Mass Effect series.
I mean, the last one they made, as in, like, the previous one.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Oh, okay, yes.
Yes. But I'm just saying, the last one that they made, which is Andromeda, because that went really badly, I think it's a good decision on their part. Whoever, if it was EA or BioWare that cut the tires and said, I don't want to make it.
I think Eric hit the nail on the head when he said that it's probably EA who it's like, this was a failure. We're leaving it now. Like, work on the next Dragon Age and the next and Anthem. Leave.
And we'll just figure out what to do then. What we want to do with the series.
I think it's a good thing, because I think a lot of people are like... I'm not saying Andromeda's not that bad. It's not garbage. Like, I've played worse games, but I have played a lot better games, especially coming from the Mass Effect series. But they're before Andromeda, Mass Effect was like the king of what it was, which was a sci-fi RPG. Like, it was the best. Then Andromeda came along, and because
you can even argue it was the king of just action RPGs.
Yeah, it was.
That's how good it was.
And it was the most successful BioWare game they've ever made. All that shit. And so then when Andromeda came out, it wasn't up to the standard of what everyone knew. It failed hard. I'm not saying no one likes it. There are people who like Andromeda.
Oh, I've heard.
We've all got people who like it, yeah. And to be honest, my first 5 hours of Andromeda were very enjoyable. I did enjoy it. But the next 10, I was like, nah, I'm out. Peace. But, like, it does suck because I could see that they had big plans for Mass Effect, and I did want to see where they're going with this. And I'm sad to see that because this game was rushed, it was poorly done, like, bad design choices. Everything that could go wrong in a development cycle happened to Mass Effect Andromeda.
Was this the one where they had a game, and then they were like, no, let's just kind of start from scratch? Was Mass Effect Andromeda the one?
I think it was, yeah.
Maybe not, they had an entire game, they had like a lot done.
Yeah.
And they said, let's just go back on it.
Yeah, because...
And it only ended up with about like a year of development or something.
Yeah, and there was even press things where they said that, where people from BioWare said the game wasn't in a finished state. Like, they were like, there's more they need to do. But EA was like, needs to come out now.
Yeah, that's the thing. They just set their release
and
dates and just stick
it's
to them.
EA, and this is EA. You can't argue release dates with EA. Like, EA will be like, no, it's coming out on that date. You need to make a game.
I think I hate EA even more because their head is Australian.
Yeah.
And I feel betrayed almost.
Yeah.
Whenever he goes on stage at E3, even just accent annoys me.
Yeah.
Oh my god,
He's
yeah,
just
he
Australian.
is too.
Yeah, I think because it just feels like a betrayal.
Yeah. I'm just like, man, we...
Or it could just be an Eastern state, and we're not.
Yeah, true. Western Australians are the best Australians.
You better not be joking.
No, yeah, it does suck, but at the same time, I think a lot of people have Mass Effect fatigue. Like, I know Mass Effect 3 came out in 2012. Was it 2012?
It was 2012, yeah.
Yeah, so it has been 5 years since a Mass Effect game, but I think everyone had fatigue and, like...
From another 3?
Oh, I mean, just everyone had fatigue after after they played 3, it was like, we were excited to see what more we could get, but then Andromeda was like, this isn't anything new, so what's the point? And then I think Andromeda it had the greatest ideas to push the series further, but because of how lackluster it was, how badly put together it was, the animations are so... I know there's fixed a lot now, but it is very buggy, and the animations...
It's just not good enough to say that we'll fix them later, because, you know, a lot of people's internet just isn't up to snuff. I wouldn't mind giving it a try, but the thought of popping the disc in and saying, do what... Like, it must be 20 gigs plus updates.
There's more. I think about 30 gig update.
That's incredible, yeah.
Like, because they've added so much to the game. And not as in, we've added more. They've added so much that should have been on the fucking disc.
Because, I mean, you know, my internet and probably most other people's here, that's a day you've got to wait. Like, a solid 24 hours
I've got NBN, and that's a day. Like,
I don't, so that's a day, I'd say.
But yeah, so yeah, anyone else got any thoughts about how BioWare and Mass Effect, EA is leaving Mass Effect alone for a while?
I think it's just depressing that this is just the way it's happened.
Yeah. It does, like, and Mass Effect has a fucking massive fan base.
Oh, yeah. Like,
it is massive. And I used to be, like, diehard on Mass Effect back in the day. Like, I've played about 50... I mentioned in the last podcast, I've played about... In Mass Effect 1, 2, and 3, 15 playthroughs of it. Like
in total, as in, like, all of them?
From all 3 games, if you add up every single playthrough I've done 15 playthroughs.
Jeez.
Yeah. 9 of them belong to Mass Effect 2. Because Mass Effect 2 is fucking awesome. But, but, like, yeah, like, it does suck to see this happen. But at the same time, I'm glad, because it sucks to say this, but BioWare haven't put anything great out in the last 5 years. Like, I remember loving Dragon Age Inquisition. Did any of you play Dragon Age Inc?
No, I didn't.
Did you play it?
A tiny bit of it, but not enough to comment on it.
Yeah.
Really.
I played a lot of that. I think it's like 60 hours. 60, 80 hours into it. I loved it when I played it. Look back on it now, that game is a very weirdly, badly put together RPG. It's like, it's open for the sake of being open, but there's nothing, there's like everything to do with filler, and it's I would say it's great, but like, it's good but not amazing, not to the standard of how great a BioWare game could be. And the same goes for Andromeda, not as good. And like, they haven't put anything great out since Mass Effect 3, which is like, so I'm glad to see like they're taking something out, which, like, I'm not bothered. I'm just like, all right, it's cool. I'm not particularly keen for more Mass Effect, so I'm not bothered. So, do you have anything else to add to that?
No, I think you summed up pretty well.
Okay, so the last bit of news is that Dolph Lundgren has been cast as... Was his character's name Ivan Drago?
Yeah, Ivan Drago.
Ivan Drago in the sequel to Creed. Now, to clarify, because Creed, it can mean a lot of things. Creed is the Creed was the most recent movie in the Rocky franchise, which focused on Adonis Creed's son.
Also the best Rocky band.
yeah, so Ivan Drago was the villain of Rocky 4. One of the best Rocky movies, if you don't include Creed and Rocky 1. But yeah, so he's reprising his role. What do you guys think of that? Do you think that's cool?
It's cool, yeah.
I mean, I'm excited because I've seen all of the Rockies, but not for a very long time.
Yeah.
And so I don't really remember, like, much what happened. So, but I'm interested to see how his character plays in this one.
I'm very keen because the story potential is amazing. Because in Rocky 4, Ivan Drago kills Adonis Creed.
Yeah.
Like, he kills him. And then in the ring, and then because Creed focuses on Adonis Creed's son.
Yeah.
That is like...
Oh, that's a good point. I didn't think about that.
Yeah, and like...
So maybe this second one will be focusing on Dolph Lundgren's character's son?
Yeah, maybe they haven't confirmed he's got a son. I think it's just more the fact, like...
As a mentor?
Maybe Creed wants to box the man that killed his dad.
Yeah, yeah. And I think... And I talked about this on the Planet of the Apes podcast. Is I said a good sequel... drop something. A good sequel... increases the challenge of the last challenge. Like the challenge is meant to be bigger, but not in a good sequel. Not like, oh, now it's gone from we're destroying a building to destroying a city. As in the stakes are higher personally for the characters involved. These are higher stakes because the first one is Creed dealing with the legacy of his dad and what that means to him and carving out his own path and stuff. The second one, if he's getting reprised, means this is him dealing with the thing that essentially changed his life for the worst, but also for the better.
Yeah. Because
Adonis Creed died, and that led to then what's Creed's first name in the new Creed movie?
I wouldn't know.
I can't remember. I've seen it so many times, but I can't remember what his name is.
I've seen it once.
I just called him Creed. But anyway, so yeah.
Also, isn't Creed's first name Apollo, the father?
Oh no, Adonis is the son.
Apollo's the father. Yeah.
So Adonis is the son, and then Apollo is the dad. So yes, that would be cool because now Adonis has to take on the thing that's changed his life forever. But it's also like, cause I assume Sylvester Stallone's going to come into this again.
I was going to ask, is he going to be in it?
I don't know if he's back in. I don't know if they've cast him, but I assume he is because that's the fundamental dynamic of what Creed is. It's Adonis and Stallone, and Adonis and Rocky, with Rocky being the mentor. That's awesome because Rocky beats Drago in Rocky 4.
Yeah.
So that's cool because it's like, again, like the thing that has taken, like we don't know. I kind of hope it is like Drago's son because I think Dolph Lundgren would be in Universal. He'd be a bit too old to box. I assume
possibly, yeah.
Against Adonis, I feel like it'd be an unfair fight.
Oh yeah. Or, I mean, what was it, Rocky 5 or Balboa? They've got him boxing younger people.
Oh yeah.
I think the plot of the movie is whether or not he can even attempt it.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, Rocky Balboa. Yeah. Because not 5. 5's when he's got like...
He's got a son or something?
Yeah, and he's sick as well. And like, he has to overcome... 5 is really bad. But yeah, no, so what do you guys think about Dolph Lundgren reprising his role as Ivan Drago in Creed 2?
Still going to take the character,
Yeah. I really like it, because I loved Creed. Creed was fucking awesome. Like, I'd highly recommend even if you haven't seen a single Rocky movie, you can watch Creed and really enjoy it.
Oh, because I went in completely blind, not really, because I think it was... I think I watched Creed first, and then my parents told me I should watch
Rocky,
the Rocky films. And
I feel like the only Rocky movies you should watch is Rocky 1, 2, and 4.
Yeah.
3 isn't that good, and 5 is god-awful. And Balboa is fine. Like, you're not missing... It's a good movie, but it's not amazing. It's kind of just like, eh. Like, I wasn't huge on the Rocky Balboa. But not saying it's bad. I personally didn't think it was that good. Silence my phone. But yes, Dolph Lundgren's reprising his role as Ivan Drago. We all think that's pretty cool. Yeah. Alright, cool. So we'll move on to our show segment. So we go to Game of Thrones and Rick and Morty again. Which one should we do first? Rick and Morty again?
Yeah, Rick and Morty.
Rick and Morty.
So I forgot this episode when everyone's like, "Oh, go talk about this episode," and I'm like, "What episode?" Can you move that?
Yeah, Rick turns himself into a pickle.
No, so this one is. It's Rick and Jerry going on an adventure. Also, spoilers, we're going to spoil it. And same with Game of Thrones. Yep. So, again, haven't watched episode 6 of season 7. We'll ruin it for you. And you haven't watched whatever episode of Rick and Morty this is, we'll ruin it for you.
4, 5?
I think it's 5.
I don't know.
5. Yeah, 5, yeah.
So, Rick and, so Jerry and, Rick go on an adventure while Morty and, Morty's mum have to try and, like, essentially, because Summer has essentially morphed herself. She tries to give herself bigger boobs with one of Rick's machines, and it turns her into a ginormous monster. So they have to try and figure out how to fix that. What do you guys think about the episode?
I thought it was a very interesting premise. Like, obviously it was a interesting two-parters, but then still, again, focused on
family drama.
On the family drama, which I feel like by the end of it, by the end of this season, there should be a conclusion.
Oh, yeah. Or at least an end at least a way for, like, this arc to end, so it leads to another arc. What do you think about the episode, Eric?
Yeah, I agree. I'm not huge on... I like... My favourite episode of the season was like the previous one, just because I love the dynamic between Rick and Morty, and I like seeing just these two characters interact, them get, I guess, plots about them. Yeah. And because this one, you don't really get a lot. You get a bit of Rick, you don't really get much Morty. Yeah. I thought it was fine.
I really liked it because I liked the pairings it put... Because we haven't seen Rick and Jerry go on an adventure by themselves, and we haven't seen Morty and his mum go on an adventure by themselves. So I really liked how it was like, here are the people who haven't had adventures together. We're going to put them into separate adventures and have it going on. Mm. I really liked the Rick Jerry adventure because it was like because it's essentially Rick just taking Jerry out for like to hang, like to just be cool because Morty convinced him to do it because because he was like Rick says it because Morty was afraid that Jerry would kill himself, but in reality it's just he wanted Rick out of the house for a while, so we can have a normal life. But which doesn't work because Summer turns herself into a giant monster. But
anything with either Rick or Rick related things in the house, it's gotta go wrong.
But I loved it because the banter between Jerry and Rick was really cool because it was like they chip away every line dialogue chipped away at another layer of their character. So I love that part where like Jerry's getting like killed by that weird snake. And he's like, oh, help me. And then, like, because Jerry tries to get Rick killed during the episode with these people who want to kill Rick. And Rick has that massive tangent about how he ruined Summer's life. Oh, not Summer.
He's like, you call yourself a victim, but you're actually a predator. You make people feel sorry for you. Yeah. Just like the plant, Yeah, and
you're like, oh, shit.
And saying, it's like, obviously we know Jerry doesn't like Rick, but Rick's saying, hey, you've essentially ruined my daughter's life, taken away all her opportunities.
Yeah.
Because it went from, my daughter's a scientist and, like, a vet scientist. And
who's, my daughter, so she can do whatever she wants.
And then it went down from, like, that surface level of just being like, you ruined my daughter's life to...
He even says, like, before he says, like, how he says he ruined her life is, like, he's like, you ruined her life by, like, I can't remember, it was, like, by putting, like, it was, like, a measurement of, like, liquid of Jerry in her. She's like, And it was just, like, I was like, what's Morty or Summer, because Summer was the accident. I really liked that though, because it was cool to see, like, because I always thought like Rick didn't like Jerry because Jerry's a boring person and Rick's just like, you're the most mundane human on the planet. But now you see like why, like
it makes sense. Yeah,
and I really like that, but I do like how they kind of patch things up at the end of the episode where like but like to like a mutual respect. And Jerry does get a bit of growth in this episode where he's like, he's like, don't worry, I'm gonna stop making people feel sorry about me.
It was good, he needed that.
Yeah.
And then of course there was that one last line of joke, but it was pretty cool.
Yeah. But you can still see like there was sincerity there. But I'd say the best thing that's happened in this episode, it happened in the Morty side, is so the whole reason why Summer wants to get big boobs is because her boyfriend leaves her for someone else has bigger boobs, which makes Summer go crazy, so she tries to like make her boobs bigger, and then she turns into a giant monster.
and because Beth can't say that she's attractive.
Yeah. But at the end of all this, so it ends hilariously with like Summer getting her skin turned inside out, and then Beth doing the same thing, and then them hugging as two giant Attack on Titan monsters essentially. But the best part happened is Morty sits down with the machine what's Summer's boyfriend's name?
I want to say Ethan.
Ethan. They're at this camp and they sit down and like Morty's just making a s'more and he's like, oh yeah, it's like he's just like, oh, sit down, and he's like, and he's just like, you made my sister worry about her body image and all that shit, and he goes thing and you're like, this is dark as shit, and this sounds like something Rick would say. And at the very end of the episode, in the after credits thing, you see a deformed Ethan crossing a bridge with all those like people who were in the machine.
Yeah.
And you're like, holy shit, that's really funny, but at the same time you're like, that's dark. That Morty was able to do that to someone like not just be like get mad at him. He deformed them and like made them all fucked up. What did you guys think about that? I thought it was really cool.
Oh, it's just little detail at the end. I was like, it's nice.
Yeah.
Didn't take away too much from it.
Yeah. Did you like that, Danny?
Yeah, I mean, I enjoyed the entire episode.
Yeah. But did you like that specific part?
Oh, yeah, no,
That was
it definitely, cool. I mean, when you mentioned it, to be honest, I didn't really realise that at the time. I have to...
He had, the mannerisms of Rick as well. Because he sat down, he was just because there's times where, when Rick's serious, he has, the whole, oh, you made me do this, man. And he's just, you can tell he's really serious and stuff. Morty did the exact same thing.
Well, I mean, there's obviously the whole rumour where he...
Yeah, the fan theory where all Mortys are Ricks, essentially.
Yeah.
But, yes, that was really cool. That was, so, all in all, do you guys enjoy episode 5 of Rick and Morty? Alright, so Game of Thrones... Oh, sorry, I had something in my mouth, that made me go... Blip, blip, blip. Game of Thrones episode 6 came out. Spoiler alert, again! Shut up. Spoiler again, just in case someone's like, hey, spoiler Game of Thrones.
I've got leaked a week ago. Yeah, literally a week ago.
Did, yes. So we're super late, technically.
Yeah.
But, anyway, so this episode, fucking shit happens. Not to the degree everyone said it happened.
Yeah, well, I've heard so many different responses. I heard people saying it was a really bad episode.
See, I think this is...
A lot of people thought, the whole characters moving around, it just went too far this time.
Yeah.
Which I can see.
Yeah, I liked this episode. I did know there's a bit more flaws in this episode. For everything I loved, there's something I didn't like in this episode.
I agree, the whole, characters just moving around a bit quickly, this did definitely push it maybe a bit far.
Yeah. And also, I think... I don't think
it was paced very well.
I'm about to say, I'm all for the longer episodes. This one didn't use it to its advantage.
No, it didn't
It was a slow episode.
It could have been just a regular length.
A slow episode with a massive battle sequence and a lot of action in it, but it still felt slow. That's not good.
Another thing I've heard people say is... It was almost kind of, I don't know if it's disappointing, because I liked all the characters up north, but the fact that, the one we care about the least is the only one that dies.
Yeah.
It just felt very okay, that...
Yeah, there was, the whole Frozen Lake sequence was really, I liked that sequence a lot.
Oh, the Hound chucking rocks at them was hilarious.
That was, there's a lot of great stuff there, the attention in that scene is really good. Everything at the Frozen Lake was amazing. And everything that led to the Frozen Lake, besides a few character motivations.
I enjoyed a few of the conversations.
Yeah.
The comedic conversations.
Oh, yeah. This was a really good... The Frozen Lake stuff built off what happened in episode 5 really well. Because that was alright, the Avengers are together, essentially. This even had, an Avengers action shot where, it was panning and everyone got, and everyone got, to hit a White Walker at the perfect time. And I was like, that's cheesy, but I love it. It's amazing. But, there's all that. The thing I loved about that is, I really felt the tension in it before characters kept getting saved at the last second.
Yeah, Tormund getting saved at the last minute.
Yeah, he was, I was panicking. I'm like, oh, don't kill Tormund.
He was panicking as well.
Yeah, I was like, please don't kill Tormund, please. And then I was like, but deep down, I'm like, don't kill him.
It might be time, though.
I was like, don't not kill him. I'm just saying, I'm not ready for that. At the same time...
Hound says, how does a mad fuck like you survive so long?
Yeah. But then, so we got, So the whole thing is that they're on this frozen lake and they're completely surrounded by White Walkers. The build up to that was really good when John's sends Podrick off, run back.
You mean Gendry?
Oh, Gendry.
They look the exact same.
Yeah.
And they're almost as characterless as each other. Actually, no, Podrick's awesome. How dare I speak nay of Podrick? No, that whole bit was really cool. And then exclude again how in a day they get from Frozen Lake to the wall, and Gendry's able to run all the way back, and the time jumping and all that stuff. So then there's a big action scene at the Frozen Lake with everyone Jon and all that, and then Daenerys shows up with all of the dragons.
The Raven, I can buy the dragons getting there, but the Raven getting to her so quickly. Her leaving,
yeah. Her flying the dragons there, I didn't mind, because dragons probably can get places pretty damn fast. They have giant wings and they can fly pretty fast. That was the Raven part.
Yes, the Raven.
Yeah. But that was I liked that scene a lot. Excluding for a few character motivations. That was, they're all completely surrounded by White Walkers. Daenerys shows up with all 3 of her dragons. I'm like, probably only need 1, but okay, take all 3 of them, yes.
Oh, I mean, I kind of get it, why should you take 3 of them?
Yeah. But then she goes down...
onto the ground.
Yeah, but I kind of see that, but also it's they need to get picked up as well, and they need to get the corpse of the White Walker. Because that's the whole adventure. They need that. They need a live White Walker because they need to prove to Cersei that there's bigger shit to worry about, which we all know she's not going to listen to him. Even
of course
not.
I mean, the next episode has the meeting.
Yeah, which I'm very excited about. But
it's also strange because it doesn't show. It just shows Jon and her meeting. It doesn't show like Jon and his entourage and her entourage.
Yeah,
but it doesn't show Daenerys.
Yeah,
anywhere.
But yes, that was cool. Also,
Jon looks really hot because he's in like a desert landscape and he's still wearing his wolf cape.
Yeah,
must be super hot in there.
Yeah,
his IKEA cape.
But that big thing was like that actually was really good and I loved it, especially when you see the dragon roasting White Walkers.
Oh yeah.
Now, the biggest thing that happens in this episode is one of Daenerys' dragons gets axed off.
I don't care. They've had an easy time.
Yeah,
we all knew it was coming.
And also, I'm really happy because you know what that means? Dragon fights, because the dragon comes back as a White Walker dragon.
Oh,
so it means we're gonna have a dragon v dragon fight.
I was talking to someone we know. I reckon there's gonna be a dragon fight, but I reckon you're probably gonna be able to kill this for Valerian or something, or Dragonglass. You know, killing this thing is gonna be fucking awesome. Like it's gonna be someone on a dragon jumping onto it.
Yeah, and it's gonna be like
stabbing it. Yeah, it's gonna be awesome.
It's gonna be like that.
It's gonna be so expensive to shoot.
It's gonna be like that. It's gonna be like that stuff in the game Lair. Anyway, so yeah, that was cool. The big issue, and it was super forced, is Jon's actions during the final fight.
Yeah.
I know you gotta kill that. Like they have to kill the dragon so that.
Why doesn't he go for Drogon? Why does he go for the flying one when the one's right there?
The biggest issue I found is I understand, like, normally I can be like, when people act dumb in a battle situation, I'm like, it's the heat of battle. You're not thinking clearly. They're in a pretty much we're gonna die situation because there is no way out except for on the dragon. Yet, alright, so the dragon lands. Everyone except Jon is on the dragon, they're ready to go, and Jon charges back off into battle to just attack any random White Walkers and dead. That I didn't like because again, heat of battle, but that's that's instant death. Like there's no way you can survive this fight by yourself. The dragon's here, get on the dragon and leave. You're endangering everyone else. Yeah, he runs straight back into battle, but not like I have to. He just runs back into battle and that really pissed me off because then I was like, I know why they did that so then they could kill one of the other dragons. Because otherwise they'd be out of there, and they're like, "Oh, the dragons couldn't get killed," and it was one of those things where the writing of it was so deliberate to a point where it was painfully obvious.
Yeah,
it was just he wouldn't be like that though. He'd be like, "Oh shit, the dragon's here. I can't. It's time to bail because I can't win this fight." Oh, the Night King's up there. There's also 7 million dead in front of me who I have to get past, and then he gets knocked into a frozen lake, which everyone's always oh, is he gonna? No, he's not gonna.
He probably should have died from that.
He would have.
The amount of time it would take to get to the wall, and you're it's so cold there.
He's dead, but he's not. And also, Benjen Ex Machina. Yeah. That was really bad.
To just be Uncle Benjen, get on the horse. Nah, why not? I don't want to.
Yeah.
Why didn't he get on the horse?
Yeah,
those things were so far behind them.
Yeah, and just.
Yeah,
dumb shit like that where I was I love
it. Was
this
cool, but it was really forced.
Yeah, and just I did love the scene where at the end with Jon and Dany talking, Jon finally bends the knee technically,
the metaphorical knee.
Yeah, the metaphorical knee, and then Daenerys is I will fight this war with you and stuff. I'm glad. I was expecting Daenerys to be you cost me one of my dragons. I'm not helping you at all. But then she's I
think she wants to bone Jon. That's probably
why. Yeah, that's probably why. Yeah. I liked that, but there's just this episode was half great, half annoying. I was just there's so many things that are annoying.
Oh, what about the Iron Sansa stuff? We haven't even talked about that yet.
That's starting to get really annoying me now. I don't like it anymore because it doesn't feel like this would be a thing. I get Arya's I know Arya and Sansa have never gotten along, but to the point where Arya thinks that Sansa's the reason why everyone's dead.
Yeah.
Even though the evidence is there that Sansa was that is not the reason. And the fact they're not talking, I feel if Sansa was yo, I was married to 2 people who were very evil and psycho.
Oh, one of them was alright.
Yeah.
Tyrion.
Okay. Tyrion's alright. I was considering Ramsay and Joffrey.
Ramsay counts. Oh, she was engaged to him.
Yeah, it's true. Yeah, and
Ramsay's as bad as 2 people.
And the whole fact that she's all she would have to do is just sit there and be look, Arya, I've been fucked over pretty bad in this life. So have you. There's no reason. And then But then also like the whole Sansa being like, oh, I'm going to. I wish I was the leader of Winterfell, and I was like, he's like, you're causing unnecessary
another
problems.
thing, sending Brienne off as well was just like, why? It's so dumb.
And it's just like you're full, and like I know like you're meant to be like you're meant to understand why the characters make dumb decisions, but these are unnecessarily dumb decisions where it's like essentially it's like the writer's like, well, she needs to be manipulated by Baelish, so like. And then Brienne's just like, he's probably paying everyone, you know? She's like, no, you need to go away. It's like, fucking hell!
Send away the one person, you know, he can't pay off.
Yeah.
And Podrick.
Yeah, and then
maybe.
He is really annoying, because, like, I went from hating Sansa to really liking Sansa back to being like...
Yeah, her arc across the show's just been a mess.
Yeah, it's just like, I don't get it. And just like, I was kind of like, you can just kill her, please.
From what I've heard, the books, it's a lot more consistent. It doesn't sort of fluctuate as much.
And yeah, it's annoying because Sansa knows about like all these big issues with like White Walkers and shit. Like, she is well aware of the problem, yet she's still like, well, it's all good for Jon's being an irresponsible leader. It's like, fuck off!
You would have thought, because we know she's supposed to be a bit narcissistic, you would have thought everything that's happened to her would have just kind of gotten out of that. She's been through some shit.
Yeah. And it's just like, you're being like... I don't want to say like Cersei, because at least Cersei's clever. Like, she's like, not dumb. Like, she acts in grief, but you can understand she's acting in grief.
I think, did we talk about this one episode where we said she is kind of stupid, but she's just very emotional, and she's just almost kind of lucky?
Yeah, and that's why I chalk Cersei up to, because again, she's acting out of grief.
Yeah.
Which is like, okay, I get that, and I can sympathise with that. Sansa's acting out of being petty. And I'm just like, that's not like...
Like petty what for?
Just like, thing. I want to run Winterfell. Like, Jon's an irresponsible leader, and...
No, but that's the things that she shouldn't... She doesn't...
Yeah, exactly.
Like,
exactly.
Reason, yeah.
And it's really annoying, just... Yeah. This episode was good, but it had a lot of annoying... Like, the arcs are, like... People are going through unnecessary arcs at the moment, and I just don't like it.
I'm really curious to know what Littlefinger's arc's going to be, where it's going to end.
I just want him to die, to be honest.
I do as well,
shit.
But like, I just... At the same time, I hope we do get... I would love to see someone just kill him.
Yeah.
But I do feel like we should get a appropriate end to his character.
Yeah. Because he's... And people have been saying this about this season for a while. It's a bit of a side thing. People have been saying about the season for a while now, and I'm now starting to completely agree. Game of Thrones is now afraid of killing characters.
Yeah, that's what I mean. Yeah, like the big scene. Yeah, they kill off for us. Oh no, not for us.
The one character, we know he likes drinking. Ooh... That's all we know.
You know, kind of bald, so he wears a top knot.
Yeah, so it's like, and even then, like, it's like Game of Thrones. I feel like I know they're building up to really big things, and I can respect that. But like from these, I was hoping that these two seasons would not be build up. These would be like, all right, we're here, we're at the end, let's do this.
Well, episode 1 and 2 was like that. They were big bombshell episodes, but
not
then
that big bombshells though. Like, I feel like other people are like, oh, this episode was massive. I think the biggest episode is the Fields battle with the dragon. Like,
yeah,
like everything else, like there hasn't been any big massive events that have happened. Yeah, we lost a dragon, but we knew that was going to happen because we've seen posters of a white dragon. So like,
you know what I love? I heard someone talking about this. I forgot the other characters we haven't seen. We haven't talked about the conversation of Daenerys and Tyrion.
Yeah,
I said this for a while, like as a joke, that the big like plot twist at the end of this show, or the big reveal is going to be they discover what democracy is.
Yeah,
but that kind of what it is, because she's saying, oh, you can't have children. Oh, how could we pick a new leader? Hold elections.
Yeah,
hold elections for your successor.
Yeah,
you can get the people to vote.
Yeah,
so maybe that's actually what's going to happen.
Oh man, that's one.
And that kids is how I invented democracy.
And that I will say, like, for everything I didn't like about this episode, there was something I loved about the episode. Like the Daenerys and Tyrion exchange was really good.
Yeah, that was good.
And like you completely see where both of them are coming from, and I like it's a friendly conversation that escalates into
just the way it starts. Yeah, not a like, but you're not a hero.
Yeah, and I love how she's like, he's too small for me. And looks at Tyrion like, oh, I'm really sorry. He's like, yeah, it's alright. I'm like, oh, that's great. I'm glad someone addressed that to Daenerys. It's like, oh yeah, like. So she's like, oh, Jon doesn't like me. He's like, yes, those longing stares that you must just be out of wanting an alliance.
Also, Emilia Clarke's really short as well, so she shouldn't judge.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, she's tiny.
Yeah, she's only a little bit taller than Maisie Williams. Only about an inch taller.
Yeah.
So I saw a height comparison earlier today, and yeah, she's the Emilia Clarke on the show after Tyrion and Aya is the third shortest character.
I'm hoping the big issue with this season I've now started to notice is I know they're rushing, they're going to the end, but I think they've forgotten how many arcs and side arcs they've started before realizing like, oh, we'll end it in 2 more seasons, and they're like, wait, how many arcs do we have? Oh, fuck, how many episodes are we doing? 14. This isn't 13. Yeah. This isn't a good week. Oh no! And then they're like, we'll have to focus on these arcs that aren't fitting of where the tone of the show is at the moment, because there's like, I wouldn't be if it'd be unclimactic shit. But if they got to King's Landing and they're like, Cersei, look at this White Walker thing, they're like, well, shit, those things are real. We will help each other. But like, at least that's progress towards a finale.
I mean, we'll just have to wait till it happens. Yeah.
Yeah, like, but it's just. Yeah, shit like I'm really enjoying it, but this is the episode where I'm like, I'm starting to get annoyed.
I wish I still had this amazing meme, and I forgot to tell you guys about it. But it was one of Star Wars episode 3, when they're talking to Anakin saying, "You're on the council, but we did not grant you the rank of master."
Yeah.
It's one of the Night King as Anakin, and Euron as Samuel L. Jackson. It said, "You are on the show, but we do not grant you the rank of teleporter."
Oh man. That's great. It's so great. Alright, so yeah, you guys got anything else to add to the Game of Thrones episode 6?
Pretty sure it's been summed up pretty good, yeah.
Well, did you like it, Danny?
I liked it. I mean,
I enjoyed it, but this, again, I'm starting to see the holes in this season now.
Yeah.
It's really annoying.
I was happy because one of the things that I said when Jon was praying for the Battle of the Bastard is I was wondering if when he went to Lyanna Mormont, if he was actually going to offer her the sword.
Yeah, because it's her sword.
Yeah, because it's her family sword. And it was good to see him finally sort of actually talk about the Mormont sword.
Yeah. Also, I'm getting... It's just as bad as Ricky and Morty at this, but I'm getting really annoyed of just ridiculous fan theories for Game of Thrones now, where it's like you said, like, when it's like, oh, the eyes of this Longclaw have changed. Oh, maybe someone's walked into it. It was just like, not saying that's your theory, but like stuff like that.
It's a fucking pummel.
Yeah, like it's not unless they say, oh, there's a soul of like a living bear in here, then I'm like, all right, cool, then you can do it. But like, I don't think that's the case because again, it's a sword, and they've established you can't walk into things that aren't alive.
Yeah, that'd be dumb if you
And just all the other random fan theories like that, they've just been like, this is what this is.
I haven't seen many like that. I've seen other stuff, but I was expecting more to happen this episode because the whole dragon thing had it spoiled for me. But I think, we've known for years that was coming. It's pretty obvious.
When I got excited when that happened, I was like, yes, dragon v dragon fight. I'm excited now. Like, and that shot of them like with all the all the dead with the chains pulling out the thing, and then the White King walks over and just like touches it, and then just that really like awesome pan to the eye, and it flicks open, it's blue, and you're like, oh, that's fucking awesome. Like, oh, it's great. So yeah, this episode was good, but there was a lot of annoyances, at least for me. Like,
we'll just have to see, how the season final goes.
Yeah.
I have a very bad feeling this season finale is going to be very anticlimactic. I think it's just going to be like essentially just like, all right, cool, that's done. Wait, see you in a couple of years.
It's hard. I feel like, I do agree with you that could happen. I hope something we're not expecting happens. Because don't forget the last season final. Cersei blowing up the great set.
True, yeah.
Killing the entire bad storyline that we all hated. That was so good.
Maybe Cersei will kill some bad storylines.
Yeah.
Come on, Cersei, come back and kill some bad.
Because that was so unexpected.
Yeah,
like, oh my god, is she actually going to do it? And she does. And then, Tommen just jumping out the window.
Yeah.
That stuff was awesome.
It went bombshell, and it was like, oh, okay, we'll give you some... No, bombshell.
Nope.
Oh, you want some more time to read? Nope. Yeah, no, that was... Yeah, I really hope the episode 7 is really good. 6 was good, but it wasn't... I'm
just thinking about the season final last season. It had so much good stuff.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, like the beginning of her getting her, like, war dress on, getting, done up, sitting, drinking her wine, and then just keep on...
It also gave me my favourite Game of Thrones meme, which is, I've come here to blow shit up and love my children, and I'm all out of children.
And even just the little details, like Jon getting crowned King of the North.
Yeah.
So we probably didn't expect that, yeah.
Yeah, that was good, yeah. Alright, so yeah, that's Game of Thrones part done. So we're going to move into another show, but this is our main topic of this podcast. So, The Defenders just came out.
Marvel Defenders.
Yeah, Marvel. Yeah.
Marvel presents The
Defenders.
I don't think it's actually called that.
No, I think it's technically its full title is Marvel's The Defenders. I think, but I think it's The Defenders. There we go.
They defend.
They defend things.
They also attack.
he defend, he attack, but more importantly, he has a pretty okay show. No, so this is the.
Are we spoiling the Defenders?
So we'll start off.
Okay.
General thoughts on what the Defenders like without spoiling it.
Yeah. Okay.
And then we'll move into just not episode by episode. Could be here for ages. So just
general.
I can't remember
stuff.
every episode.
Yeah, no, it's just the things we liked, things we didn't like. But that are specific to.
How well did they defend?
Yes. How well did they attack? It was stick right all along. I don't know.
I think they defended quite well, to be honest.
Yeah. So Defenders is a culmination of everything that the Netflix Marvel TV series has been building up to for
Except for the Punisher.
For the Punisher, that's true. Yes. we'll talk about that as well. We'll talk about Punisher stuff. Spoilers: Punisher's not in Defenders, which really annoyed me.
But I mean, it's like an anti-spoiler. I don't know what you'd call that. Yeah, like spoiler. Who's not in it? That's it.
I feel like you should know because I don't want people to be like me, sitting there every episode. Like
you get a trailer for it at the end of the show.
Yeah, we'll talk about that in a second. But so this is the culmination of everything that Daredevil, Jessica Jones, Iron Fist, and Luke Cage have been building up to. Not necessarily building up to, but this is like the Avengers of the Marvel Cinematic Universe, or the Marvel Netflix universe.
Yeah.
Which is again the MCU.
That's you can't even say Marvel Television Universe.
Yeah, but it's technically still the MCU.
There's a couple, yeah.
But it's also technically still the MCU.
But they're so weird about it because they don't mention characters by name.
Yeah.
Have you seen the clip of in Iron Fist and talking about the Hulk? They just call that, you've got more YouTube views than that big green guy. The way they do it's so subtle. I don't know why.
I know they have mentioned Thor. So been like, Thor's like I know one show. I think it's Claire mentions like. It's like, well, you don't have Thor's hammer or anything like that.
I don't think they would have said him by name though.
I don't think
they say anyone by name.
Why? Because of rights, or
I think just to not have the show be.
Yeah, I know what you mean. I think she says it might have been Daredevil. She says you don't have a hammer or a shield.
Yeah,
they never say them by name.
Yeah, though. True. I think it's because like even though this is part of that universe, they don't want to rely on that. Like that, they won't go as past reference.
Yeah.
Which is fine. I don't watch the Marvel Netflix shows for the MCU heroes. I watch them for the Netflix heroes. But anyway, so this is... The Defenders is essentially the war for New York that Stick has been going on about in all the other shows. It's finally here.
Crazy Old Man was right.
The Hand have made their move. You get to see all of the members of the Hand as well, which is really cool. Which won't spoil who they are, but they're in the forefront. And they're trying to blow up... Or not... Let's say raise New York to the ground. They're doing a bit of a League of Shadows from Batman Begins. Yes, so Daredevil and Iron Fist and Jessica Jones and Luke Cage, they're going to team up and stop the Hand and all that shit. What do you guys think of the Defenders?
I loved it.
You loved it?
Oh,
wow.
I think from about the second episode... Actually, no, from the first episode, I say I really enjoyed it. Because I know sometimes with Netflix shows, it takes me a while to get in, especially new ones.
I think shows with you in general takes you a while to get into
new shows. Like, if they're continuations from ones, and I'm fine with.
Yes.
Or if they're, like, based on a series that I already know, it's fine. It's just something like... Because I'd never seen any of the other Netflix
Marvel shows,
yeah. And so that kind of... I don't know, maybe it hindered me a bit, but I still enjoyed it.
I feel like out of all the shows you'd need to watch to get Defenders...
I just realised I'm actually the only one here that's seen everything.
Yes, because I haven't watched all of Luke Cage and Iron Fist.
I've seen all of them, yeah.
I think the only one... You could probably tell me if I'm wrong, actually. The only thing one's... we got Doggo on the podcast. The only one I think you'd need to watch... The only one you need to watch to really get where they're going with it is Daredevil and Daredevil Season 2. I think
and Iron Fist for sure.
Yeah, and Iron Fist, yeah. Which I haven't watched Iron Fist, so I was a bit lost on a few plot points. But yes.
Yeah, Luke Cage and Jessica Jones really don't tie that heavily into this.
Yeah. No.
What's really annoying is that I was going to be like, alright, I'll watch all the Netflix shows except for Iron Fist because I really didn't like him.
Yeah. You see, even you didn't like him in Defenders. She didn't even like him in Defenders, which is weird because the popular opinion before Defenders was that Iron Fist was a terrible character and the show was bad. But now everyone likes Iron Fist because he's really good in the Defenders.
I wouldn't... Yeah, he's better.
Yeah.
That's my biggest problem with the Defenders, which I've told you, is it's essentially an Iron Fist continuation. I want it to be its own thing. I was hoping that it would just stray away from the Hand.
Yeah.
Because... With the exception of the first trailer that showed the picture of the Hand, there really hasn't been... They haven't talked about it.
Yeah.
So I was hoping it would be, its own thing.
I didn't mind that it went to the Hand, but I didn't particularly like how much Iron Fist was a key plot to all this.
Yeah.
That's
like
why
he's the key to this story's
They
plot.
could have called it Iron Fist's The Defenders, like Iron Man's Avengers kind of thing.
That's how. Yeah, except for like, it's weird though because he has the worst show in the series.
Yeah.
So like,
but yet because he's such the major plot point for this one anyway, for The Defenders.
Yes.
It's kind of could be like, you know. Yeah.
To be fair, like you said you loved it. I really liked it. I think it was good. Not as good as Daredevil and Jessica Jones. I think from what I've watched about the good parts of Luke Cage, and I liked it more than the good parts of Luke Cage. And I haven't watched Iron Fist, so I can't really judge it against Iron Fist.
Yeah, I think it's better than Iron Fist. That's about it.
Okay.
Actually, to be completely honest, I think pretty much everything, with the exception of Iron Fist, is actually quite a bit better than Defenders. I still like the Defenders.
Yeah.
But even Luke Cage, I know what you mean. Yeah, it is. The first half is definitely better.
Yeah.
I still think it is a bit like it's noticeably better than Defenders.
I love how we've got like 3 different. Like Danny loved Defenders.
Yeah.
You really liked it. I liked it, and you're not amazingly huge on it. Like what do you guys think about the Defenders as a team? Like the 4 characters working together as a dynamic.
I think they do have an interesting dynamic. I think that was one of the strongest.
I'm glad they handled it in a similar way that the Avengers handled it, but in a bit of a broader scope. Because you guys remember the first Avengers movie, when all the Avengers get together, they don't like each other.
Yeah.
And it's not just a whole like squabbling way. They're like, I don't agree with your ideologies. Like, fuck you, and like all that shit. And I really liked that because like, it wouldn't be like, alrighty, let's all team up for justice and being superheroes. It'd be like, they're people with egos and ids and all that. So like, they wouldn't all get along. Like it's like anyone you meet, you don't get along with anyone straight away.
Well, if you're forced to work with them, and they don't necessarily have anything in common with you, yeah.
And I like that the Defenders did the same thing. But they did it on a bit more of a deeper level because all 4 of these people are people who are like, they're heroes, but they don't like being called heroes.
Yeah.
And I really like that. I like
because the first episode was called the H word.
Yeah. And they're doing this not to be heroes. They're doing this because they all have different obligations. Like Daredevil's doing this because like he's hung up the horns essentially. And he's feeling like that. Oh, dropped a thing again. That like Batman putting away the cape urge, where he's like, man, I miss that life.
And he's, I think, probably got the most to lose.
Yeah. Because he's the only one who's actually... He's probably the only person in the MCU who has an identity. Like a secret identity.
He's still got one, yeah.
Yeah, because like everyone else... Because this isn't the MCU. Everyone knows who they are.
Or they revealed it or they just give it away.
I think Daredevil is the only one who still has a secret identity. Where no one knows who... Well, not no one, but the populace don't know that Daredevil is Matt Murdock. I think that makes him unique because everyone else in the MCU... No one has a secret identity.
So everyone knows that Iron Man is
Tony Stark. They all know.
Captain America is Captain America.
Peter Parker is Spider-Man. They don't know that.
Oh, that's true. Yeah.
They were going to announce it, but then he was like, nah. But like everyone knows who everyone is, and I like the fact that he's the only one who's like, nah, no one knows him and Spider-Man. But anyway, I like and I like how like Jessica Jones is doing this because she's just trying to do a job. Luke Cage is doing this because morally he thinks he should.
Yeah, because he's a moral high ground. Yeah.
And then Iron Fist is doing this.
It's his destiny.
Yeah, and I like how they play with that in a lot of cool ways. Like, I like that they don't get along at all when they first meet. Like they like.
The only ones that really kind of got along
were Luke Cage and Jessica Jones. But that's because they've got a pre-established.
I mean, even we get a bit of Iron Fist and Luke Cage getting along. Yeah, and that's a comic book thing, heroes for hire.
Yeah, and then eventually, but that quickly turns to them getting angry and pissed off at each other again.
Yeah.
Because...
But even then, like when they're tied up, they still get along. They still like talking to each other because they've got both of them have probably the highest moral high ground.
Yeah. So Daredevil's like, I'll do what I have to.
But I did like the whole they each don't want to work with each other for different reasons. Yeah. I guess because it's Iron Fist, it's his destiny, it's no one else's. Yeah. Luke Cage is he's got the moral high ground. Probably doesn't trust anyone else.
Yeah, and I like
Jessica Jones hates people. Yeah, and Daredevil just
doesn't want to lose anyone.
Be involved.
Yeah, he doesn't want to be attached to people that he probably will lose. I like the fact that, and it's really funny that Luke Cage in this, he's like when they're telling about all this ridiculous shit that's gonna happen. Luke Cage is like, what? And I like the fact that in a world where aliens have invaded, there's magic, the Greek gods are a real thing. And or Norse gods are a real thing, and all this other shit that Luke Cage is...
aliens come down from the sky.
Yeah, Luke Cage is still
portals, portals.
The one that he doesn't believe and a robot came to life and started destroying humanity. So like, I love the fact that Luke Cage is like the one they need to convince. Like, no, there's a secret organization called the Hand. He's like,
and you're also bulletproof and super strong.
Yeah, so I love the fact that like, even though it doesn't make a lot of sense, I like that he was the one who was like, I don't believe any of this shit.
Probably another reason why they don't say the other characters' names to distance themselves from it.
But I did like they all have really cool dynamics. I love like at certain points they'd split off, like Daredevil and Jessica Jones would go do something. Those two I thought they worked really well as a pairing. I was like, this is really cool, and like, again, seeing Iron Fist and Luke Cage together was awesome because that's heroes for hire.
And yeah, seeing them at the Chinese restaurant actually getting along.
Yeah, and like, I love how Iron Fist is the first one to suggest a team up. They're all like, and he's like, it'd be easier, guys, come on. Like, I think the writing of them as a team really worked. Like, and when they came together, it was awesome. It felt earned. It wasn't just like, oh, now they have to work together. It was like, they've like, well, we're here, we should work together just because like, we all know what's going to happen if we don't, so let's work together. I liked that. I think the strongest episodes are the first 5. The first 5 I think are the best episodes. The next 3 I'm like, the next 3 lose me.
I think they come and go. I think each one's got its faults, you know. Some, like, a few of the episodes, I'd say, yeah, they just sort of, you know, like, I wasn't huge on the first one. I like the second one, like the third one.
I think the third episode's probably the best episode.
Yeah, it's got the best come and go, yeah.
It's got the best action scene, it's got the best, like, it's when the ball really starts to get rolling, and in terms of like the defenders and stuff. What did you guys think of the action scenes? Because action is a very big thing of these like, for the most part, the action in the Marvel Netflix shows is really good.
Yeah.
But what did you guys think of it in Defenders?
I thought it was okay. I mean, it was a little bit like, there was this one scene, and you'll know straight away, they were like, I'll just say they're underground, and they're fighting a bunch of bad guys, and they're doing the Batman thing where they don't kill any of them; they just knock them out. Which means
they're not bad people; they're heroes.
But, the thing is that it annoys me is that it kind of doesn't let them give any breathing space, so they knock them down and like, oh, I knocked down, I'll get back up again, kind of thing.
To be fair, they do. 2 of them have 3 of them have super strength.
Yes, but they don't use it that much.
And one of them's got a fucking club.
Yeah.
It must be, hit to get hit by.
Yeah.
To get hit by.
I do get that there was a few. We're talking about this earlier today, Eric. Jessica Jones, she has super strength. Her hits didn't feel hard.
No. They just felt like normal people.
There was a few times when it was a deliberate bit when she was like knocking someone out. We were like, oh, she clobbered that dude, broke his skull.
Well, because Luke Cage is in Jessica Jones.
Yeah.
From that, I got the assumption that they're about the same.
Yeah.
But then in Luke Cage, you start to think, like the show Luke Cage, you think, oh no, Luke Cage is stronger. In this, like, it makes Jessica Jones seem like, yeah, she's a bit stronger than your average person.
Yeah, not that much. But she's stronger, which doesn't fit what we've been told, because we've seen her jump like story buildings where she's like thing, and we've seen her lift cars up and like.
She's essentially in this. She's doing what an incredibly strong person could do, but it's not super.
Yeah.
What she's doing.
There's only a couple of times you really see her power shine. Like, she pushes a door open. Like, she kicks it off its hinges.
Yeah, I do like the fact that because they go against the Hand are all expert martial artists. I like the fact that because Jessica Jones and Luke Cage, they're not martial artists. They struggle to fight them because again, like.
The scene when she says, "What does everyone in this town know karate?"
Yeah, and it's just like, and that's where Iron Fist and Daredevil, they're master fighters. Like they know every martial art pretty much. Especially Daredevil. They all say that Daredevil, even though Iron Fist is really good at fighting, Daredevil's the best fighter.
Yeah.
Like,
is he supposed to be?
I think because like out of everyone, he gets like the most hits in, and he's like. The one who can... I feel like even against Iron Fist, he could go against him.
I mean, he probably needs to, just because he doesn't have super strength. He can't really be hurt.
Yeah. And we've seen him in the previous shows. He really, like, goes to town on people, like...
Well, he's gotten better, because in the... What is it? For example, Iron Fist in his show, I don't think he ever really gets hurt from fighting. In the hallway fights, and he gets punched a lot. Like, he's done by the end of it.
Yeah. That also... There's a fight scene in episode 3, which is in the trailers. We'll call it the hallway fight scene. That was a great fight scene. That's the best fight scene in the entire show. Which is annoying that it comes so early in the 8-episode run. It comes in episode 3. But that was a really good episode. Really good fight. What did you think about the action, Eric? Did you think it was good?
So we talked about this earlier.
Yeah.
I thought that was good. The one at the end I liked more than you.
Yeah, I wasn't huge on the ending fight scene.
It was half and half, yeah, that's another thing. Netflix, with Daredevil, with the hallway fight scene, with the one in season 2 against the bikers.
The stairwell fight scene.
Yeah, they set the bar so high and it's come back to shoot themselves in the foot.
Yeah. I feel like there's more they could do though, choreography wise. I feel like they could do a lot more and make it a bit more epic. This felt a lot like TV fighting a lot of the time.
Yeah,
I know what you mean. This is such a downgrade because I know you haven't watched Daredevil, Danny.
No.
But Daredevil has fucking amazing action scenes. Like the hallway one in episode 2 of Daredevil season 1 is an entire long take action scene that goes for about
4 or 5 minutes.
4 or 5 minutes.
Wow.
It's a massive action scene and it's really good because it's like. And, like, the build-up for that is really good. He's wounded and all this shit, and, like, he's trying to save a kid, and there's, like, about 20 dudes in this thing. And
has him going, it says in a hallway, has him, like, jumping into rooms with a bunch of guys. You don't see inside the rooms, but you'll see someone, like, thrown out, and he'll start fighting them. They've all got AKs, and it's just him trying to avoid them being shot.
And then episode 3 of season 2 of Daredevil has a stairwell fight scene, which is another long take.
Yeah, no, it is. Yeah,
it's another long take one where he fights bikers, and there's about 40 of them.
And yeah, it's different because now he's got the suit and he's got the club and stuff.
And he has like a chain, and he has a gun chained to his hand, so he's like disadvantaged. Like he's got a gun stuck to his hand, but he doesn't use it.
Yeah.
And he's fighting in the dark, and he's like using shadow and stuff. But it's.
I mean, he's always fighting in the dark.
Yeah, but like that fight was specifically like he used shadows a lot in that to like get the upper hand, and like Daredevil never had TV fighting, and then in Defenders there's a lot of TV fighting, and I feel like because this was a bit rushed, because of how popular it is, people want it a lot quicker, and so Daredevil and all them they didn't have a fan base for the show, so they could take longer to work on it. As well, now it's like, fuck, we got to get these Netflix shows out for the fans, otherwise they're going to be mad as hell at us.
As a side note,
and even Iron Fist's fighting wasn't that great.
Yeah, that's what I heard. Yeah.
As a side note, just kind of want to tangent off, because Daredevil is the only one that has had another rendition of a show for him, like for character-wise.
Yes, none of them have ever had live-action renditions, I don't think.
So, and obviously, I've only ever seen the film for Daredevil,
very bad,
which I like. So, like,
it's like
just in terms of story wise, like, because in the film they go from Daredevil or Matthew Mercer?
Matt Murdock. Matthew Mercer is the main character of Prototype.
Alex Mercer.
Matthew Mercer is the voice actor for McCree in Overwatch.
All right. Matt Murdock. Yeah. In the movie they go from his childhood all the way to his adulthood. Do they do the same in the series?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
But it's a lot better.
Yeah, no, I don't mind, but I liked that because I was like, I liked his...
I still think Daredevil... Actually, no, Jessica Jones is the best Netflix show they've done.
I was when we were talking about this on a podcast.
Yeah, we were. Daredevil, Netflix is the best, followed very closely behind by Daredevil.
Okay.
And then the rest... like, Luke Cage is good, but... I didn't love it.
I didn't like Jessica Jones the first 2 episodes because it does pacing like quite well. It takes advantage of being a 13 episode Netflix series that you can binge.
Yeah. Defenders, like, half the action was really good, half the action was really bad. The TV action. I think in the first episode there's that fight scene where Matt Murdock has a guy against the wall.
Yeah, we talked about that.
And he goes to punch, and you can clearly see he's not hitting the guy in the face.
And the way it's cut with the guy with the shotgun shooting at him, it should have hit him, and a
lot of it's shot in the dark, but not stylistically. Like, it's hard to see what's going on. And
I think they just did that so they could have a stunt double as well. Yeah. It's just, it's not well
done. I really don't like that. I don't like in shows where they use darkness to get rid of the fact that it's not the actor doing it, which is annoying.
Because you can do it well. Like, you can look at examples of it done.
And it's also annoying as well because you can tell that Charlie Cox, who plays Daredevil, he's not bad at stunts because he's done quite a few of them in the show. So why not use him for the easy stunts that you could probably pull off with with him? Like, I know not, like, there's a lot
he's not going to do a backflip kick,
Yeah, but, like, I know you can get someone else to do that, but, like the opening fight scene I didn't like. I know it was like, we've got to keep this mysterious figure, which we all know who it is. Like, I was like, I don't know why you're keeping that from us. We know exactly who that's going to be, so just show it. But, like, that was a really weirdly cut fight scene. I was like, also, that leads me to another thing. What did you guys think of Elektra in this show?
Oh, yeah.
Can we talk about that?
I think she's in the trailers and stuff.
I'm saying, but, like, can't we talk about it? Spoilers.
But, like, yeah.
Do you want to leave her for spoilers?
Actually, we'll leave her for spoilers. But I'll just say, like, I liked her until a point. Yes.
I didn't really know who she was because I haven't watched
Daredevil.
Yeah.
I think that's another thing where, like, it is important to watch Daredevil especially season 2 for Defenders.
I mean, she's only in season 2, yeah.
But not just Elektra, but a lot of the hand stuff does show itself in season 2 a lot more. But yeah, like I liked it. There was, I think, again, the first 5 episodes of Defenders were really good, but I think it loses steam towards the end. It did have a good, like, it has really cool character integration, and I liked it. It's a lot better than I thought it was going to be. I was getting really scared of how bad it could be. But it was really good, and it's not as bad as some people say. I've seen some people rip into Defenders, saying it's awful, and like, it's not awful. It's not great, but I really enjoyed it. What do you guys think? Like, before we go into spoilers, what do you guys think of Defenders?
Yeah,
it was really good. I liked it.
That's good. Alright, so we'll go into spoilers. Before we go into that, there's a character we forgot to mention. Sigourney Weaver is in this show. By far the best part of the show is Sigourney Weaver's villain.
I mean, we're into spoilers now. We so may as well.
Yeah, so we're in spoilers.
I love Sigourney Weaver as an actor, and I loved her character in this.
Yeah, she was great.
She was
really good.
She was
brutal as hell.
One of the best villains, and that's saying something because and Netflix shows have had great villains for the most part, like Fisk, and
Kilgrave,
Cottonmouth. Like they have been some great villains, and she is up there with them. I think just below Fisk. I think Fisk and Kilgrave are probably the best ones.
I think Kilgrave is. I think Fisk is good, but it's just, I don't know. I like just the way he speaks. Like I do. It's good, but it is funny the way Vincent D'Onofrio does speak.
Oh, sure, yeah.
I'm not trying to rip on my boy, but it's kind of...
No, but yeah, Sigourney Weaver's character is good, and I really liked is she wasn't generic.
Oh, the fact that they started off immediately, she's vulnerable, like, this is why she's doing it, this is her motivation, is really good.
The fact that, like, I love the fact that the hand, you get to see every single member of the hand. I like the fact that they're not just faceless, like, we're evil because we're evil, like, they all have personalities, like, none of them get along, really, like, they're just, like, we work together, but, like...
And they've all said that, we have tried to kill each other before.
We've seen Madame Gao, we've seen...
Yeah, we've seen Madame Gao.
The dude with the beard, he's an Iron Fist.
He's an Iron Fist villain. I don't think we've seen the others, because the Japanese dude you haven't seen.
Japanese dude, who you just can't understand.
What the... And there was the...
Who's that one?
White Hat.
Oh, yeah, no, we haven't seen him either,
yeah. You meet all
the
5.
African,
They were all great. I think White Hat was probably the most indisposable, where I was just like...
Oh, that's another scene I hate, when Luke Cage gets hit by the bus.
Oh,
when he's fighting him, he's like, oh, look, I caught him somehow.
Yeah, it's like... Ugh.
Dumb.
Stick is also really good. I love in episode 2, like, Stick gets captured. Is it 2 or 3? I think it's 3.
No, I thought it was 4.
Oh, hey, is it...
It's later on.
Anyway.
He'd be there for free.
Yeah, because in early... because it's at the beginning of episode 3. Because then he meets up with them after the big fight. And then episode 4 opens with another big fight in the Chinese restaurant, which is really... That was another great fight scene. But I love our Stick. He's been captured by the hand. And how does he get it? He cuts his hand off without making a sound. He's just like... And then punches Sigourney Weaver in the face with the stump.
Which is absolutely disgusting.
I was like, Stick is my favourite.
Yeah, what if he's got, like, old man AIDS?
But that was
worse than regular AIDS, if you don't know.
Stick was really... I like how Stick was, like, the most driven in this. He was, like...
Well, yeah, it's the war he's been fighting.
Yeah, and I love the fact that there's that one episode where, like, I was like, Iron Fist gets captured by White Hat, and you're like, oh no, he's gonna get captured and they have to go back, which happens later on. And then, like, he turns around and he just looks at Stick, and Stick just, like, takes his head straight off, and I'm just like, yep, that was fucking awesome. And then
Stick goes to kill him later.
Yeah, that was also a great thing with Stick trying to kill them, and then Elektra comes in and fucking wrecks shit. Now we can talk about her freely. What do we all think about Elektra in Defenders?
Yeah, I liked her. I really didn't kind of get her character because I didn't really know much about her, and there clearly was previous history.
Yeah.
I kind of was just like, I'm not a big fan of her.
Yeah. I liked her until the last 2 episodes. Like,
her character changed so much between the second last episode and the last episode.
It was like not the initial change, because she... in the second last episode, or the third last episode? When she kills Sigourney Weaver.
End of episode 6.
Okay, so the third last episode. She kills Sigourney Weaver's character in a really cool thing. I like that she's just like, all the knowledge that, all the stuff that she's been told by Sigourney Weaver essentially just turned around and killed Sigourney Weaver. I like the fact that, like, the whole, like, her greatest weapon killed her, and I was like, that's a cool thing. And then I was like, that's awesome that Elektra's just like, yeah, no, I'm the leader of the hand now, fuck you all. And then from then on, she just goes through all these character changes where I'm just like, who are you? Like, I don't get who you are, like, as a character anymore. Like
what her true motivation is.
Like,
what's left in there from the old Elektra.
Like, it gets really confusing sometimes. And the final fight between Elektra and Daredevil wasn't that satisfying for me. I found the big fight at the end was pretty cool, where they're all just like backs against the wall fighting with the hand. That was a good fight scene. But the fight with Elektra and Daredevil, I was like, that sucks. Like,
yeah,
not
and
sucks,
also,
but I was like, But she was cool. I liked her until the last 2 episodes. The last 2 episodes, I'm like, I don't even get what you're doing anymore. So, meh. But like, in terms of spoiler stuff, this show does a really good job of like keeping its pace going. Like, I liked until the last 2 episodes. I think it just fails in the last 2 episodes. How the Hand are all like trying to figure out how to get, like, how they're all like don't believe, because Elektra is the black sky weapon we've all heard so much about throughout the show. I like the fact that the Hand, like, cause she keeps fucking up and trying to kill the Defenders, that the Hand are like, yeah, no, she doesn't work, like, let's do something else. I like that. What did you guys think about, like, in terms of just anything Hand related in general?
I liked when Misty Knight lost hers.
Oh yeah, Misty Knight.
I was waiting for that to happen because in it says in Luke Cage, but in Luke Cage she gets shot in the arm at one point.
Yeah.
And I was wondering, because I know she loses it in the comic books. I was like, oh, she's going to lose it then? And it just happened.
Yeah. The side characters, some of them get given a lot to do, which is good. Some of them are there to kind of just hinder the progression
I guess
of the story.
it makes sense because, you know, she's a side character, but she's also a cop, so obviously she's going to be more than a lawyer or a secretary.
Misty Knight's really good in this. I liked her. Claire was really cool, and Colleen were really cool.
I didn't think Claire had enough to do in this.
Because
she's been in every single series.
She's the one that Luke Cage is banging. Also...
Night Nurse.
Yeah.
You mean every single woman ever?
Well, I was going to say this. Random side note. Luke Cage has banged half the females in the show. And Daredevil's banged half the females in the show.
And Jessica Jones has banged half the men in the show.
Well... okay.
Daredevil.
Actually, no, Daredevil...
Who's Daredevil
actually,
banged?
True, good point. I don't know about Daredevil.
He's...
Elektra, that's bad.
Did he bang Claire? I can't remember.
Yes, he did.
Did he?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay, I don't remember.
And it's funny because, like, Luke Cage is now... He's banging Claire... He's banging Misty.
Yeah, Misty.
He's banging
Jessica
Jones. And, like, the only people he hasn't is, like, Colleen and the Daredevil secretary, I forget her name.
Has Daredevil banged Karen Page? I can't remember.
That's her name, Karen Page. I don't think so.
They've
They've gone out on dates, but, like, they've...
I would say so, but not yet.
No, they haven't, no. But, I love that it's just, like, Luke Cage is banging, like, half the female characters in the show. I'm like, that's amazing. Good on you, Luke Cage.
Who says nice guys don't get the girls?
Yeah, exactly. He's probably actually the nicest person.
Yeah, that's He's a nice guy.
Yeah.
Except he's super buff.
That's why. He's black and he's buff.
What the hell was that?
That's my TV remote. My TV remote got offended at my statement. But anyway, yeah, so... what were we talking about before?
Before we talking about
Luke Cage is banging women. I forgot.
No idea. We're talking about side characters.
Oh yeah.
Karen,
and I was saying, I don't think.
Yeah, Claire was given enough.
I
liked her how she was essentially like in.
Because you guys haven't seen this, but in Iron Fist, she trains for Colleen.
Oh,
like she straight up trains to be a fighter, and you get like the idea that she's supposed to be decent.
Okay.
Yeah,
that's what actually threw me off because I'm like, why is she just not
fighting,
really doing anything? Yeah.
But is that why she's also so good friends with them?
Yeah,
because she's met every single one of them.
Yeah, and she's like the Phil Coulson of the event. Like she's their Phil Coulson. Now Phil Coulson's the one who met all of them, excluding. Did he meet? Yeah, he met Thor because Thor he got captured by the Avengers in the first Thor movie. Well, not the Avengers, the Shield. It's weird that Shield's no longer a thing in Avengers.
I liked that.
Oh, I love that. I love that it's gone because it was done very well. But it's weird. It's like random side note. If you like watched all of Marvel Cinematic Universe movies from like Iron Man 1 to where we are now, which is the most recent is Guardians 2, the amount of change that series has gone through is amazing.
Oh my god, it's really good.
Because I watched Iron Man 1 not that long ago and I'm like, man, this is simpler times before like...
Because Iron Man was just Iron Man.
Yeah, and
there was like, no...
Avengers.
There was no interest in anything else except for the hammer. Because I remember... Wait, was it number 1 or 2 where they found the hammer?
They don't find the hammer at all.
No, remember they said that they found something in the desert and they saw there was a hammer.
Oh!
That was the after credits
Also,
scene.
doesn't at the end of
not Avengers, not Iron Man 1. I think that... No, it's
Doesn't
not...
Iron Man 1, the after credits scene, isn't that Samuel L. Jackson?
Yeah, saying, he talked to you about the Avengers Initiative. And it's like, everyone was like... No, I can't remember. I do know what one you're talking about. That's not Iron Man 1. It might be Iron Man 2.
Yeah.
Wait, did Iron Man 2 come out before Thor 1?
Well, good
question.
It would have to if they're talking about the Iron.
I don't imagine it would have actually. I imagine Thor probably would have come out first.
Yeah, because I think Thor was the third. Because it went.
Sorry, there was Hulk also.
That's
technically the first one.
It's not the that's not its after credit scene. Its after credit scene.
No, but I'm just saying. But there's
because the after credit scene in Hulk is Rogers, not Rogers. The military guy with the mustache sitting down in a bar, and then Tony Stark walks up to him. Senator Ross, yes. And then Tony Stark walks up to him, and he was just like, essentially talking about like, so I heard you heard about this green big dude, and they're like, we need someone to stop that, and then it ends there.
Yeah.
But I think it goes Incredible Hulk, Iron Man. Because Incredible Hulk is first.
Yep. Iron Man,
and then Thor, Iron Man 2, then Captain America, then Avengers. I believe that's how the pattern goes. I think I could be wrong.
I'm not sure.
I think it's either Iron Man 2 and then Thor, or Thor then Iron Man 2. I don't know. I've only seen Iron Man 2 once, and I'm not a big fan of it.
I have a funny suspicion that
it'd make more sense for Thor to be first, though.
Yeah.
Do you think they want to put another movie in there to break them up?
Iron Man, Incredible Hulk.
I was wrong.
Iron Man 2, and then Thor.
So it must be Iron Man 2, where that after credit scene is.
Yeah.
Yes. Back on track. So different. I think, like, story-wise... so the end... We'll talk about the biggest spoiler, which isn't really a spoiler, because the show
Murdoch dies.
Yeah.
But he doesn't, actually.
No, he doesn't.
It's so annoying, because, like, I know in my head they're not going to kill Daredevil, because Daredevil is the guy who started this franchise.
Also, Season 3 has been confirmed.
Yeah, exactly. But I really like the fact, like, there's that cheese shot of, like, a figure on a rooftop. I'm like, that's going to be Daredevil. And then you see the hand glow. You're like, oh, Iron Fist, that's good. I hope they leave it. Next shot, Matt Murdock in a bed. I'm like, even though I know he's coming back, maybe play around with it. Like, maybe don't give it away. I feel like it is a comic reference, though, because he's clearly in a church.
Yeah. And
there's a sister next to him. And a sister. No, and she says, "Does it get Mary?"
Maggie.
Is it? I swear she said get Mary.
I have a funny suspicion it was Maggie.
Where did you hear?
I have no idea. Okay. I don't know if it's important or not.
Well, agree, disagree. I feel like it could be a comic reference where it's like, oh, Maggie, that refers to this person in Daredevil's life, and probably a villain in Daredevil Season 3. Because I'm that's a big question. I wonder what's happened to Elektra, because she's not dead, because she's super powered, so she's definitely not dead.
Yeah.
And if he could survive, they were in each other's arms. Yeah. Why can't she?
Yeah. And how they do the fake out is that they get a building dropped on them, because I love that line where it's like police won't be happy with this. We've been doing breaking entry, and also what was it?
Domestic terrorism.
Domestic terrorism. Yeah. And I was like, I love that. I love you, Jessica Jones. But they say some cool shit like that, and I love it. Like, they're like, well, we'll just drop the building down anyway. Midlands set circle, which I kept laughing. Midlands a place in Australia, and I was like,
it's not quite as nice as the building.
Yeah, no, it's a pretty dodgy.
But it is home to the notorious Mad Dog.
Mad Dog.
Also, that'd be an amazing, like, a hockey name, Midland Mad Dogs.
Oh, it would be actually. Let's do it. we don't live in Midland, but let's do it. So yeah, that's the thing is that Daredevil dies, but he's not dead because it's Daredevil, and But all in all, what do you think of Defenders?
I'm excited for season 2.
Yeah, I'm excited. I'm really curious to see where they're gonna go with this, and is this actually like the end of the Hand? Because the whole plot,
God, I hope so.
Because the whole plot of the Hand is that they would actually no, that's a very big issue I had with the Defenders. Is I was very unclear of what the threat was, even when they told me what the threat was.
Like, what are they actually gonna do?
Yeah, because it's like the whole thing is the Hand are a mortal being. Or no, they've been being these dudes who have been living for hundreds of thousands of years,
and they're all out of this stuff. Yeah.
Yeah. So the whole thing is that there's a dragon skeleton underneath New York, which has the substance.
Dragon skeleton?
Yes.
Okay, this dragon.
And really from its bones, they can get the stuff that keeps you alive for long and all stuff. And they use the last bit to bring back Elektra from the dead. Fucking phone.
The substance.
The substance, as they refer to it. But anyway, like that like you keep hearing that the Hand want to destroy New York. Like that's what you keep hearing. Even when they say like, oh, if they get all of this all this dragon thing, it's gonna like lower one section of New York, and that's gonna flatten the rest of New York. I'm like, really? Like, I didn't buy that at all. Like, I was just like, I don't know. I don't see how removing one skeleton from the ground
maybe geographically
would cause a section of New York to catfall, which would then lead to the rest of New York falling.
Well, to be honest, I mean, I'm not sure if it's there exactly, but a lot of like North America sits on a lot of tectonic plates.
Yeah.
And so that's why there are so many like earthquakes that happen there.
It'd be more viable if it was LA though, because New York. It could be. I don't know if I think it was Jeremy John that said this. It could literally just be like, they want immortality. They're bad dudes. Yeah. That's a problem.
Yeah, but they don't make that clear. That's why. Again, I saw Jeremy John's video.
I think that's what he said. Yeah, that's the main thing. They just they try and make it more complicated than that.
And it's just like it's like I don't get how this is a war for New York, because it was there's one thing I was like, I didn't understand the threat after they explained the threat to me. I was like, I don't see how this is a problem. Like, I know they're evil, but like you could be like, even if they were like, once the hand gets this, they'll be able to live forever, and they have like this master plan to take over the world. But they never tell you that shit. There's just like, and I'm just like, I don't know. That's my probably the biggest issue I've had with Defenders is that. Yeah, I guess so. Defenders all in all, you think it's good, Danny?
Yeah, no, good. I liked it.
Yeah, it.
I liked it. It's not bad. I think it's really high points, but it's got really low points as well.
I'm a lot more excited for the solo series though.
Yeah. What do you guys like? I think do you, like I said before, like I want to know what they're gonna think about doing for Defenders 2 essentially, because like. Is this actually like the end of the war for New York? Like, is this like, because I'm pretty sure all the Hand are dead now.
Seems like it, yeah.
Yeah, unless again, Madame Gao like force pushed a bunch of rocks off her or something.
Yeah, and she does just keep coming back.
Yeah.
A side note, I thought it was really funny how, because I remember you were telling me, Kai, how Madame Gao was like a really big, like, because you explained her as she was a big, like a mob boss.
Yeah, she's a mob
boss.
They're all mob bosses essentially.
And I was like, oh, okay, that's cool.
She runs the, not the Yakuza.
She runs like a heroin trade.
The Dryads, which are the Chinese gangsters.
Oh, yeah. But no, I just remember you were saying, I was like, oh, okay, that's cool. And so that scene where Sigourney Weaver's character's feeding the birds, because before that you just see Sigourney Weaver as this old lady.
Yeah.
And who's
well,
sick.
you know she's evil because she's Sigourney Weaver.
Yeah,
she's Sigourney Weaver in white.
Yeah, no,
and she's got a very like demeaning look in her face.
But you get what I mean. It's like you don't know where she fits into this, and you're like, oh, so Sigourney Weaver, and then there's Madame Gao, and then you find out later that Sigourney Weaver's supposed to be the lead, like the head.
She's the head of the Hand, yeah.
And so Madame
Gao,
if you
will.
Yeah, the thumb. Yeah.
And because you also told me,
or the middle finger. That's the longest finger.
Yeah, that's true.
But the index finger does a lot.
Yeah, good point. This is a bat.
She's not the pinky and probably not the ring.
I was gonna say, I'm gonna point out some flaws in your name, in your organization name, the Hand. Yes, go on, Danny.
I'd say she's the fun though.
Because she keeps it together.
Yeah. She makes them all operable. Because without these, we're
just filthy animals.
Yeah,
we pretty much are.
Yeah, let's get Danny. Continue.
No, and because you were telling me that Madame Gao is like a pretty bad person, and you're like, oh, she's super.
She blinds people, yeah.
And, like, she's super terrible, and yet she was taking orders from Sigourney Weaver, and so I was like, so if you're telling me that Madame Gao is terrible, how terrible is this Sigourney Weaver character?
Yeah. I actually don't like that, because Madame Gao is in Daredevil, she's in Iron Fist. It's like they're constantly trying to get her, but they just never can. She's always a step above. She's always like the big boss.
Yeah.
And now there's Sigourney Weaver, who's even...
And then, because the first scene you see,
yeah,
she's like, oh, we said we'd do this. Sigourney Weaver's like, no, we're pushing it back. She's like, okay.
Yeah.
I'm not going to argue, okay.
She's also always been very neutral and just been like,
I loved her villain because there's so much you didn't know about her, but you can just clearly tell that she is like... You don't necessarily, like, you don't see a lot of it, but you can tell that like she is essentially a genius, and like she knows like
so she's
exactly what to do to get what she wants.
She's not dead.
And I love the fact that she does whatever, like she has
hundreds of years old. That's why it's so smart.
Yeah, and I love the fact that she has no hesitation. She's like, oh, I have to kill everyone in the Hand to get what I want. Too easy, I'll do it. Like I like the fact that she's so stoic and she was so stoic, but there was so much humanity to her. But you can clearly tell this is a woman who's like, essentially mastered everything in her life. And I love the fact like that the only thing she fears is death. Like that's the only thing she fears. Yeah, And I like that. That made her really awesome. And like, I love. That's why I like. And in the fact that Madame Gao takes orders from her.
It does, I'd say, add value to the Hans character just because they're sensible. That's they're all scared of death. They don't want to die.
Yeah.
And so they're not crazy.
And I loved it whenever Sigourney Weaver and Iron Fist were talking, because you could just, like, whenever they're conversing, that shit was amazing, because of, like, I love how, like, Alexandra's just, like, she gets all cocky, she's just like, oh, Danny Rand, and you're like, oh, I love just seeing her go, like...
You know what I was waiting for? You see it in Iron Fist, ain't it, in the comic books as well, but aren't both his fists supposed to be
Yeah, I think
glowing?
they're going to do, like, in a season 2, he trains it a bit more.
Yeah, because you see...
It'll probably be a poster, they're probably saying for a poster where he's going to have both hands.
Yeah, because I'm saying the comic books, and there's a scene in Iron Fist where you see... really, really old footage of another Iron Fist attacking some people, and both his fists are glowing.
Oh, yeah. There's probably something he'll learn.
Yeah.
So, yeah, all up, so we all enjoyed Defenders. We all thought it was pretty good.
Yeah, no, I enjoyed it.
I liked it. I don't think it's great, but it's got really high points and really low points. So, yeah, that's the Defenders. We'll move on to our last topic, which is what have we been playing, /doing, /watching, /anything. Who wants to go first?
We've been watching The Defenders.
Yep.
Yeah, it doesn't...
What else have we been playing? Oh, you have been playing... What have you been playing?
I want someone to go before me. I like going last.
The Defenders?
The Defenders. Yes, I've been playing The Defenders.
No, Kyle has been playing...
It's Kai, refer to me by my real name.
Uncharted Lost Legacy.
Well, have I?
Yeah, Eric's been playing it as well.
And you have as well? Yeah?
He's further than me.
Yeah.
No spoilers. We'll talk about it more next week.
Yeah, like, because next week is our Uncharted video. We're going to specifically talk about Uncharted next week. Not just Lost Legacy, we'll do like an entire series. Like
we'll talk about it. Yeah, it's going to be interesting because we've got Rick and Morty next week, Game of Thrones final next week. Yeah. Whatever else.
And also we'll announce it, Chris will be on next week as well.
Yeah,
we're having him back.
For another visit.
Yes.
God, I hope I'm not doing anything that night because it's going to be a long one.
Yeah, it's going to be super long. We'll try and start early.
We got to start,
We'll be at Danny's as well, just so yeah, make life a bit easier. So we'll all head there from uni.
Yep.
Also, I've got meet up, so I don't take long. Anyway, yes, we're playing Uncharted Lost Legacy. Well, me and Eric have, and Danny's going to play it later.
Yep.
So I guess we'll just leave, talk about that.
I'll just say, at the moment, it's pretty cool.
Yeah.
That's about I'm not playing it anymore, but I did start playing Heavenly Sword from after playing Hellblade. And it's not that good.
No, it's not. You don't want to go back to next two of us.
Yeah, I want to like it so bad.
It's just not there, though,
good.
Yeah.
I know I've got friends who really like it. It's just I just don't get it.
It was acceptable back then, because I can't remember if I've told you this, but obviously it's really good looking for the time, because it's 10 years old.
Oh, yeah.
If the Order 1886 was released on the PS3 and, late 06, early 07.
It'd be held
with the same gameplay, not looking that good, not that good, but that far ahead.
It'd be hailed as a great game.
It'd be hailed, yeah. People would absolutely love it.
But yeah. Are they still doing anything with the Order? So
I've got no idea.
I know they wanted to make it a franchise.
But
it
whether
failed.
that's going to happen, yeah.
Which sucks, because the Order's a cool universe. They've definitely got the shit there to do it.
Oh, yeah, and the vampire teas in it as well is just too much.
And also, speaking of vampires, have you guys heard there's a game coming out called Code Vein? You guys heard of that?
No, I haven't.
It's an open world action adventure JRPG where the whole world's been taken over by vampires, but not in a gothic way. It's very science fiction-y, where the world's essentially destroyed and you play as I think a vampire hunter. I'm not sure. I don't know all about it, but it looks really cool. That is a random thing. But yeah, Heavenly Sword, I can't get into it. I've tried. I did the first section of missions and I was like, this is really boring.
I think we've played the exact same amount.
Yeah, and I was like, I said, I'm like, and I got frame rate issues on mine for some reason. I don't know why. And so I was like, I just said, and I was like, do I want to keep playing? And I was like, no. So I'm like, yeah, no, I'm done. Fuck you, game.
I might get back one day, but
maybe. Is there anything else you've been playing, watching, doing anything, Eric?
Been playing Beat the First Fear.
Oh yeah, what do you think of the first Fear?
It's okay. Yeah, it's not particularly scary, but it's a fun enough shooter.
Oh yeah.
It is 12 years old.
I played a bit of it and I liked it. Yeah. A bit of it.
I started playing Fear 2. It's also fun.
Yeah. Danny, you like the Fear franchise?
Yeah, no, I really liked it. I haven't played through completely through any of them. I played the first half of it and that's about it.
Yeah. What do you think about all like the Fear games?
Oh yeah, no, I really like the story and how it kind of connects with all of them, and then like the first one you play as someone, and then the second one you play as a different person, and then the third one you play as another person. But
isn't the first one you play as Point Man?
Third one you play as Point Man as well, but you can also play as the antagonist of the first one.
Who do you play as the second one?
Sergeant, what's the last name? Becker, I think.
Yes.
Yeah.
An actual real man's name.
A person who does have importance to the story.
Yeah.
How Fear 2 ends.
Did you like Fear 1, Danny? Do you think it's good?
Yeah, no, I haven't played it in years, so I don't really remember it. But
I think I said this to you, like, it is similar to, like, it does remind me a lot of Half-Life 2.
Yeah.
But, I mean, it still reminds me of Half-Life, and I love Half-Life.
Yeah, that's
It's still good, yeah.
Are you playing or watching anything else?
No, that's about it.
Alright, cool. So I think we'll wrap it up there.
Just as one more note.
So Danny's got some stuff to tell us.
Well,
tell everyone
usually
about.
it's more of a way you can find us. You can find us on YouTube, but we now have a Facebook page and a Twitter page.
Yes, so if you want to follow us on Facebook and Twitter, fucking do that.
Please do.
So Facebook, we're just the Ramblers podcast, and we've got the Retro R logo as our picture. And on Twitter, we're also called the Ramblers podcast at _Rambler, because unfortunately that's the only username we could have.
Fair enough. At least we got one though. So yeah, if you want to follow us, we have like updates on there. Like say if like we need to change, like say if Eric loses a leg on Thursdays, we have to record another day.
Leg, that's harsh.
I don't know why I defaulted to that.
Which a leg?
Rip leg. If you want to follow us on any of those, please do. Guys, thanks for listening. If you listen to this one, thank God this one isn't as long as the last few.
How are we going for time?
It's like an hour 32.
Okay, sweet.
So I haven't,
Not even cut it yet, yeah.
Yeah, and I don't have to spend 4 hours editing it.
Next time though.
Oh yeah,
Boy.
yeah. So next episode is Uncharted Lost Legacy. It is also Game of Thrones finale. It's also Rick and Morty. It's
featuring Chris.
And Chris is gonna be on. It's also we're gonna talk about the entire Uncharted franchise in general. Just not in depth. Actually, probably in depth. I don't know.
We'll see how we go for time.
See how we go. Chris is gonna be on the podcast. Add another 2 hours to whatever our runtime is, and we'll be fine. But yeah, thanks for watching. Everyone say bye.
See ya.
Bye.